Right, welcome everybody to another episode of Chris and Dave's Reality Cast. I am one of your hosts, Chris Phelps, and my co-host and very good friend is Mr. Dave Horrocks.
Hey there, Chris, and hello to our listeners out there. Welcome to Chris and Dave's Reality Cast. We are covering Love Island UK Season 7, Episode 9, Chris, and we pick up where we left off in the last episode. We've got the boys, and quite frankly, they're all drooling a bit over old Millie and Lucinda there, aren't they, at the start?
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, Lucinda got the thumbs up from everyone, Dave. I think if they did that vote they did the other night about who would you have as your second pick and they all picked Chloe, I think Lucinda might get the vote for most of them because they were all falling over her, Dave. And what a clever way to do it. You know, the girls come back in all holding hands. Unity, Dave. We're all unified and stuff. And the guys are just fucking, look, some of them are awful, aren't they?
Oh, the girls are back.
Like,
yeah, whatever.
Oh, it's been so quiet without you. We've really missed you. And they come in, don't they? And I get it. It's peacocking at the end of the day. The guys are the same. Whenever guys come in, it's the same. It's not specific to man or woman. I think it's a natural thing to feel a bit like threatened, like who's this person? So you get to know them. The girls seem really nice. Both of them were really nice, Millie and Lucinda. Yeah. Lucinda's very outgoing. And I just love the fact that it was like, so what do you think of them? Yeah. And then who said to one of the girls said to him, can you tell us who your top 3 picks are? And all the lads are like, what are they saying? They're surrounded him. And it's And she said, I don't know who said it to Lucinda. And he said, oh, you've answered that like a politician. But I think it's just been a bit...
Faye. The claws are always out with Faye, aren't they?
Fucking hell, yeah. and then it leads to, let's do a date. And you have a starter, main, and dessert, and the lads have got to pick something. And obviously, Lucinda picks Brad, Hugo, and Aaron. And then you've got Millie picks Aaron, Liam, and Hugo. So Hugo gets a double date, which is great. But again, Faye with Sharon was just ripping Lucinda for laughing and like cackling. And I'm like, oh, we're off, are we? We are off again, are we? So, yeah. I mean, what did you think about all that, Dave?
I think, well, I guess Hugo and Aaron both got, both the dates, didn't they? Both the girls are absolutely stunning. Everyone seems to be flocking to Lucinda. I think Millie is the prettier one for me. But I don't know. Maybe that's just I think what it is with Lucinda, especially when she's got no makeup on, there was a very short VT that she did, and she had very little makeup on. She just looks so fucking young, Chris. She looks like she should be off to hand her homework in. But I mean, Brad especially, he's like a dog with 2 dicks. And Jake as well, you can see his head has definitely been turned, but he just hasn't had a look in yet. He might be one of those people who just ends up being faithful by default because no one else wants him. But yeah, Brad, fucking hell. I don't feel sorry for Faye at all. She's not interested in Liam, and with his chat, I'm not surprised, right? But she's acting as if like they're in a real couple. Like, when you were saying about her talking to Chloe. Oh, Chloe's her best mate now, isn't she?
Yeah. Unified.
She's like, I'm fucking hearing Crocs. So it's not just Chugs, is it, with the Crocs? It seems like a few of them are like the old Crocs as a fashion statement. But she's just acting as if her and Liam is not arsed in the slightest. But it's Rachel who I kind of feel sorry for. Again, I know I said it yesterday, but she had no choice. She had a choice of Brad or Chugs. She didn't get a free choice of anyone. So she's been the most screwed over out of everyone. And she genuinely likes Brad. Yeah. Whether I think that she's a bit silly for that or not, I can understand it. But Brad is just like, Rachel who? He literally doesn't even fucking acknowledge her when they come back.
Terrible.
And what about... He says, so he gets the starter, as you say, with Lucinda. And he's saying to her, well, yeah, I mean, Rachel are coupled up, but she's not really my type. What? That's not what you said.
Your type.
Fucking a few days ago when you had to stay in the villa. So, yeah he's the fucking worst. And he's laying it on really thick at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, and I agree. I'm not going to disagree. I think Brad is just there for a good fucking time, Dave. No matter what we think, that's all he's there for. He wants a good time, and he's not bothered about a relationship. I've said they are all aware of what this can lead to after it, and you even look at like Kem on the official one. He was a contestant on Love Island. You know what I mean? You've got other people who have got quite good careers from Love Island. That's the whole point. Danny Dyer's daughter, she's done loads of adverts. She was in EastEnders the other week as a guest spot. She's done quite a bit. There's different ones that I've done and got on to do. So Scott Thomas was one who was in season 2. And he had that series with his 2 brothers, guys who are off Corrie and East and Emmerdale, and they travel the world. So look, there's a career there, Dave, for them if they have the right agent, they're in the right place at the right time, and so that's what this is about for people like Brad. He'll probably end up on Geordie Shore, which is a hideous program that I used to love, and I watched some of the offshoots of it, but they're just idiots. They just get levered and get mortal, as they call it, and just basically shag everything in fucking sight. They'll shag a fucking lamppost if it's fucking moving, Dave. So they'll do anything. So he's probably more suited to that, and he'll end up being on X on the Beach, which I absolutely love, even though it's ridiculous. There'll be all these shows, there'll be celebrity dating or whatever. Celebrities go dating. They'll all appear after this, one way or the other, in the next year on these sort of shows, or they'll end up with fucking Keith Lemon on Celebrity Juice, whatever it's called now, because they've got all the dead legs. But one of the ones I was quite, you've got me right on the Hugo, David Brent, Alan Partridge fucking radar now. It's when he gets picked by, I think it's Lucinda, and he does the old double barrel gun thing. Yeah. And I was like, oh no.
Nothing cooler than shooting with double barrel fingers.
Double barrel fingers. The only thing he didn't do was blow his fingers like he was fucking taking the smoke out of him. But all I can see is fucking David. And it was nice for Hugo after what had happened in the last episode. He deserved a bit of luck. So that was nice of him. But Aaron, Dave, I'd already said he was looking for an exit strategy. Fuck me, exit strategy. He's already written the actual letter to Sharon before he'd even gone on the dates.
Oh man! So I thought it would take them a little bit longer, but obviously the girls coming in has been a catalyst. And you could see, I mean, all the guys, their heads were turned. These 2 girls are stunning. They're all tongues hanging out and everything.
Yeah.
But when he has that first conversation with Sharon, and then she is going on, it's like, yeah, don't care really. Yeah, well, whatever. And but then he goes into the VT and he's like, oh yeah, she sounds like a broken record. It's as if, Chris, she's kind of give him that almost like the ick. It's like, as soon as she talks now, she's kind of irritating him a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So even before the dinner dates, he's already just irritated by her and doesn't like her attitude. And that whole passive aggressive, I completely don't care. You do you, whatever. And, it's just really, I think it's annoyed him. But, I mean, talk about predictable. I mean, we can come back to the dinner things, but when he has that conversation at the end, I mean, fuck me.
Word.
And Toby, right? I'm liking Toby more and more because he's the only one who doesn't seem, well, him and Hugo, doesn't seem like a complete tool. He's saying like, you're going to have that chat now. This is going to be messy. Why do you have to do it now? Why couldn't you maybe wait for the morning or I don't know. But he wants to have that chat there and then. He's got his fucking arm round her.
Dave,
while he's giving her the Dear John thing.
You stole my thunder.
Sorry.
No, you didn't know. But no, sorry to cut you off. But if I'm going to have a disagreement or I'm going to have a conversation with Sam that I know is going to end up in us both clashing heads because I don't agree with something she's done or she don't agree with something me done, the last thing I'm going to do, Dave, is put her in a fucking full Nelson headlock and go, I'm dumping you while she's in the vicinity of fucking whacking me in the balls, Dave. I mean, come on. I was thinking, Aaron, you are not aware of your fucking distance, you're dumping the girl when you've got her arm round her. I was like, that is some fucking bollocks, that, Dave. I honestly, I was sat there going, oh no, she's going to fucking slap him or something. But yeah, that was, he had no awareness of what he was doing there. That was just brilliant.
Yeah. I do think that was a bit of a mistake. But I don't know. What do you reckon, Chris? Do you reckon he's not feeling it? You know, we said a couple of days ago, the whole thing with kids, you know, she doesn't want kids. She's very career driven. He's an events organizer, you know, very different lifestyles. So he said they wouldn't work on the outside. I thought they might work a little bit more on the inside, but, you know, clearly he's got to that place where he's like, you know, I just want you to be able to meet other people. In other words, I want me to go off and meet other people or speak to these two girls. What do you reckon to that Band-Aid, you know, just rip it off approach?
Well, not just that, you're right. That is so bad. But Sharon has that conversation with Toby saying, yeah, these are not long-term people, these two girls. These are long-term. And the one who, you know, we're on the same intelligence level and that. And then 10 minutes later, he's like, see you, Felicia. You know what I mean? Like, bye.
You know what? Can I just say, so I flip-flop a little bit on Sharon. I think a lot of it is a front. Right? Yeah, I think she does have those insecurities, and the arsiness is a massive front for her. But she says stuff about being on the same intellectual level. And then she's saying, and, you know, them two, well, they're not, you know, kind of thing. I fucking hate that, Chris. That she doesn't know fucking anything about those girls, but she's looking down her nose at them. So it's little things like that that just put me off Sharon. But then, you know, in other moments, she can be all right. So it's hard to tell, really. Yeah, I think, well, I suppose like all of us, she has a good moments and a bad moments. But yeah, I really didn't like that about the whole intellect level when she doesn't even fucking know them.
No, exactly. And you're judging people off the looks then as well, aren't you? So that's the thing.
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. I know that we talked about this yesterday, and just out of interest, Dave, I want big thanks to a couple of people who reached out to me. Just by my little story that I was saying, it wasn't a sort of woe-is me thing. It was just in context of being honest about what we were talking about. So thank you. There's a couple of people who have dead nice messages I got, Dave. So I appreciate that.
Cool. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the episode, excuse me, at the end of the episode, you kind of have, you know, what I don't like about the Aaron breakup thing. Is again, he's sort of saying, you know, people I've dated are a bit less fiery. She's literally lost the plot a bit once over the whole fake thing. And I don't know if you saw, but Katie Price was actually having a go at the girls. She put up on Instagram and she was like, fucking, what's she saying? Pack it in, basically. It's like some men, like the girl next door look, and others don't. If you can't fucking handle that, then don't have the work done. So I was kind of surprised. Exactly. So, but I was kind of surprised at just the wave of like this kind of backing for Hugo in that whole thing. But yeah, so Sharon had a little wobble there, and like Aaron's just labeling her now as fiery. Well, if she was genuinely fiery, then she'd fucking go off on one in this whole conversation while he's got his arm around her, wouldn't she? Yeah,
she would. And I agree. I agree with that. And I think as well, like you're looking at, we talk about Liam and Faye having nothing. But I tell you what, Dave, Liam and Millie, I saw that spark in his eye with her. She's very intense, Millie, when she looks at people, and she was giving it Liam a lot because of his height. And even with Hugo, very intense person. He was proper. She was going for the eye contact and everything. And I honestly see something between her and Liam, you know.
She's going to pick Liam, isn't she? Definitely.
I think so.
She did seem to really be in the moment with all three of the blokes, I think. But definitely there was a bit more with Liam there.
Yeah. Definitely.
And I mean, let's face it, Liam is a great looking bloke, and his best trait is that he's tall.
Yeah.
That's it. But she's impressed by that. She said earlier on that she likes tallness. So yeah, I think those all end up together. I think she'll soon realise that there's nothing actually there. He doesn't actually say anything of substance at all, ever, does he?
No.
He's just it come up with all he was saying to Millie was just all compliments, about her eyes and stuff. Of course, everyone loves a compliment. That's great. But I just never see him having a conversation about something, just chatting.
Yeah.
So I just I think they'll couple up next. But Chris, with your reality radar, right?
Shut up.
What do you reckon is going to happen next? Because the girls picked last time, didn't they? So do you reckon they'll have a whole recoupling, or are they just going to say to the girls, right, now that's out of the way, we'll have a bit of drama in the next episode, I'm sure, but and that'll be the start. But do you reckon they're just going to say to the girls, right, now you pick a couple of the boys?
No. Well, you might be right. My honest opinion for pure filthy fucking reality TV drama would be get the guys to pick. That would be the fucking bomb then, Dave, because there'd be people getting absolutely thrown out there. Faye would probably go, Sharon. Honestly, Dave, I think even Jake's going to do a bit of grafting in tomorrow's episode. So I think for proper drama, cliffhanger stuff, get the guys to pick. However, it doesn't work like that, does it? It never works like that. So that's going to be how I honestly don't know how they're going to lay the table to do this, because the girls they always go in a specific order because of the way the drama's going to go. It always happens like that. So I honestly think the guys would be the better option, because someone's going to make a stupid fucking decision and it's just going to kick right off.
And basically, everyone apart from Toby would probably pick Lucinda. So it depends who goes first, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think so. Aaron won't give a fuck about Rachel. That's over. But I can see
Aaron
by the
and Rachel.
Not Aaron. Brad. Sorry, Brad.
Yeah,
Sorry, Brad. Brad doesn't give a shit about Rachel. So he's gonna graft his arse off with Lucinda in the next episode. We've already seen that. But I don't think she's into him as much as he thinks, because obviously he thinks every girl is into him. But I honestly believe that he'll be dealt a blow and he'll end up staying with Rachel. And I think she's going to pick possibly Aaron. That could be the little side bet there.
Again, it depends who does the picking. I don't think the girls are going to be the next to pick, are they? It's going to be the guys. There's more girls at the moment. The girls pick last. So, like I say, they're either going to let the girls pick a couple of guys and then do a recoupling a bit later, or let the guys. Actually, I'm kind of liking that idea. He's going to cause some fireworks, because again, if Brad picks first, he picks Lucinda hands down. Hasn't even acknowledged Millie. He says they're both good looking and everything, but like I say, his fucking tongue's hanging out when it's Lucinda. And I don't tell you what I didn't get, Chris. Like, Jake was, all the boys were chatting, and Jake was saying to Brad, it's like, oh, mate, you're completely different. I love you, man, because we've known each other a week. But, when Lucinda walks in, it's totally different to when Rachel walked in. I'm like, what? Brad was like falling over himself over Rachel when she walked in.
Yeah, he was.
But why is Jake also kind of skewing that memory? It's there. It's on fucking camera.
Yeah. And honestly, I think Liberty's the one who's going to get hurt the most out of all of them, Dave. Jake's just going to drop her. I think I said Casa Amor is my prediction. I think he's going to stay with her for now, because the two new girls at the moment haven't shown any interest. If Lucinda or Millie does, he's off. He is off, Dave. That a fucking shadow of a doubt.
He is, but also, it depends how much he grafts as well, doesn't it? Because even if they've got no interest in him at all, but he's like, can we go and have a chat? At Liberty's sort of the other side of the pool kind of thing, then, that'll make her think twice. So, yeah, fucking hell, Chris. Loving this season now.
Loving it. Well, Dave, funny enough, actually, and I didn't see this. We had a tweet from our great friend Terence on Twitter. Brilliant. And it's pretty much, I didn't see this, so it sounds like I've nicked his tweet, but I haven't. But he just says, That was a good episode. Liam and Millie looked good together. Millie eye contact had me in a spell, and that's pretty accurate, definitely. The old girls are hating on Lucinda and Millie. Don't know about Hugo. He's the new Alex. This is true, Dr. Alex. Sharon has a bad attitude. Can't wait for the recoupling fireworks. So nice one, Terence.
You know what surprised me about these dinner dates? Hugo really seemed to get on quite well with Lucinda.
Yes, he did.
So if I was making a choice that was just purely based on what I saw in this episode, I say, actually, I think she's going to go with Hugo. But I think the being so young as well, she's just going to go, oh, but Brad, he's dreamy. I'm going to go for him. So I think, Lucinda will pick Brad, and I think Millie will pick Liam, and Faye will, spit a dummy, have a bit of a bruised ego, but and suddenly forget the fact she doesn't give a shit about Liam and wonders why the fuck he's there. She's gonna be like all heartbroken. Well, not real heartbroken, just snipey and fucking catty. But I tell you one other thing, Chris. Chloe, I'd said a few times now, she seems like actually quite normal, quite likable, I think. She's not getting a lot of camera time.
No, not at all. Not at all, Dave. She's been... the thing is, I saw her a little... She was a bit thingy with Hugo going on the date, though, and I was like, but they're not together anyway, so...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, oh, God. Unbelievable.
It is. Now, Chris, I think we've got an email, haven't we?
We have indeed, Dave. And it's from Dave. All hail the Queen. She could be getting her throne back, Dave. She's sent in another email, Kayla. Season 7. Hey, guys, it was an all right episode. Lucinda looks a lot like a supermodel. Miranda Kerr and Millie. Supermodel Miranda Kerr. And Millie is just stunning. It's so funny to watch the guys try to come up with new reasons why Lucinda is the best girl there when they've barely spoken to her. It's all looks. I'm not sure why Jake is shooting his shot with Lucinda in the preview for tomorrow. I don't see that one happening. I'm hoping Millie and Liam get together and Lucinda and Hugo. What do you guys think? Hopefully the show will only bring in brunettes from now. Laugh out loud, Kayla. So thank you, Kayla, again in New York. Brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what, Chris. Scrolling through Twitter, I saw this tweet and it had fucking Jake. You know how he's always going on about the blondes and blue eyes? It's a fucking picture of Jake in a Nazi uniform.
Oh, no.
It's not like a real one. Someone's obviously doctored it. It's not like a Rachel O'Connell thing in The Bachelor. But, but I was like, fucking hell.
Oh, no.
So yeah, I think so, and again, I just keep harping on about this. Give fucking Rachel a fair crack of the whip, because she's not had one, so far, and send in some fucking blokes who are decent, who are not gonna screw them over. I tell you, Chris, I didn't think it at the time because Curtis was winding me up in that season like he was everyone's fucking counselor.
Yeah.
But I do think they need someone a little bit like that because they're all a bit fucking laddish, aren't they? They're all a bit like they are on like a lad's holiday. It feels to me like, so, it's in all the other seasons that we've watched, I haven't really seen it be quite this laddish.
Yeah. Yeah. It has at the moment, Dave. So no, it's for luck. It's a different dynamic. The way they're going for on this, whether it ends up being a great series, I don't know. But after a very lukewarm start, it is just simmering nicely, Mr. Horrocks. Absolutely.
Yeah, and you said about Faye. I think if the boys do the recoupling, do the choosing at the recoupling, then Faye is definitely at risk. But the producers are going to keep her in because as annoying as I find her, she's quite entertaining, isn't she? You don't want everyone to just be all amicable and friendly. You want some fireworks in there. We need a Moira in there, I think. Really stir things up. But like I say, no strong couples yet. Any way to break up. Sharon and Aaron lasted a day where they were properly together. So,
but I will say, in Sharon's defense, he was going on like they've been in a relationship for like 10 years, and all of a sudden she said, I don't want kids. They've been together, and he's going, yeah, well, I want kids, and I get married and all this. I'm like, fucking hell, you've been a bit harsh there, mate. You know what I mean? That's a terrible way to fucking get rid of her.
Yeah, and he knows, he hasn't stepped back to think about this, but he knows that Sharon says things that she doesn't really mean.
Yeah.
And the thing is, right, Aaron, he's just searching for excuses, isn't he? It's like, yeah, it's nothing to do with the new girls coming in. Yeah, right.
Bullshit.
Oh, Aaron, there's a recoupling tomorrow and the girls are choosing.
Yeah. Oh,
that, and let's say Millie and Lucinda hadn't walked in. He'd have been acting a bit different there, but that's why we love it, Chris, isn't it?
Brilliant. Absolute brilliant. And a big thanks again, guys, to our Patreons, patreon.com/CD Realitycast. The roll call of honour, we've got Kent Gustafsson, Lucky Lulu Green, Lauren, Tracy, Hayley, Hennessy Green, Susan, Priscilla, and Ed, Mr. AKA Brent Love Island on Twitter. So thank you guys for all your support. We really appreciate it. Get over, we'll keep saying it, get over to our Facebook page, Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast, and enjoy and get involved in the chat, whether you agree or disagree with us. It's an open forum and we just chat everything reality TV. So really, really good chat again today, Dave.
Absolutely. Now, Chris, we've got 2 episodes left of of this week. So in the UK. USA starting tonight, though. And I was talking about that cliff we were careering off the end of. We'd have to make some hard decisions.
Yeah.
We're going to have to watch it, aren't we?
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, Dave. I might be getting up early to watch it anyway, see if I can find it. But yeah, unbelievable. So yeah, let's do it. We won't be doing a daily one on the US one at all, but we're definitely going to do something out where we do a couple of episodes a week.
We'll do something, but from the previews, don't know if you've watched previews at all, but they do look more like characters.
Yeah,
and in the UK, Love Island wasn't series 3, wasn't that about the peak? Wasn't that one of the best Love Island seasons? Yeah. So I just wonder, because the first one was a little bit bland in the US, wasn't it? And it was new over there. People didn't really know about it. A bit more entertaining this last season, and this one, I think they might have some people who really know how to play the game a bit better. So yeah, I think it would be interesting to contrast it with the UK one this year.
Definitely. So Dave, as we meander towards the end of the White Cliffs of Dover, I will see you tomorrow, my friend.
Bye now.